This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning for July 30, 2023, security guard shoots herself in the foot while servicing ABM. A security guard was taken to hospital for treatment after he accidentally shot himself in the foot while servicing an automated banking machine in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth on Saturday. A senior police source told the news that the incident, which reportedly happened shortly before 6 p.m., is under probe. The guard was reportedly a part of a crew of 3 employed to a security company which provides a money courier and ABM servicing. They were there servicing the ABM when the shooting happened, said the source. The guard was rushed to hospital for treatment. Former JTA president heading home to make his case. Former president of the Jamaica Teachers Association and the veteran educator Owen Speed has confirmed that he will be back in Jamaica within days to further his push to represent the People's National Party in the next general election. Speed is being groomed to represent the party in Portland Eastern, a seat that is held now by Anne-Marie Vaz. In an interview with the news from his North Carolina residence on Sunday, Windsor Castle, West Portland-born Speed said that returning to his land of birth and contributing to politics was like ABC. I am anxious to serve because when God has given you a talent, you must use it. One of my strongest areas is advocacy. I have been an internal advocate throughout my career in teaching, from when I became a classroom teacher to when I became a principal. It's funny that I started writing educational articles, contributing to newspapers, the news included, after I became a principal. I started on the behalf of the teachers, defending their rights and defending them in a robust way, said the man who headed the powerful teachers union from 2019 to 2020. I enjoy giving a voice to the voiceless, empowering the weak and strengthening them to become something of substance in the society. I am a servant leader really, and I always try to know the issues by getting close to people, being near to the people, empathizing with the people, and getting what I call street data. In politics, like most other things, hardly anything beats street data. When you know exactly what are the common issues, it's easier for you to first of all have a plan, and from that plan you work it and get matters resolved in the interest of the weak, destitute, poor, the people who are downtrodden in the society, and you can help to lift them up, said Speed, a former principal of Port Royal Primary School in the constituency of Kingston Eastern and the Port Royal and the Russell Primary School in St. Andrew. Regarding whether or not the PNP had confirmed him as the candidate for Portland Eastern in the election that is due by 2025, Speed declined to go into detail about the arrangement so far. I have made a commitment to the party that I would not speak on anything to do with the process, and I respect that kind of thing. I love to operate within the ambit of what protocols dictate, so I am not going to touch anything that has to do with the process itself. I have not gone into the constituency yet in terms of physically, but I have been making inroads, talking to people in all categories, and they have shown interest in me. They really want me to be there, and I want to be there, so it's a mutual interest, and I am setting foot in there shortly to move among the people, find out what are their issues, so that we can set up our plans and execute efficiently, he said. Reflecting on his time as JTA president when he was more in the field than in office, Speed said that once he gets a final approval from the party's hierarchy, he would be emphasizing a practical approach to getting things done. I believe in leadership at the local level, and I believe that I should be there physically most of the time, if not all of the time, with the people. It takes me right back to when I was president of the JTA. I was always in the schools. I didn't spend a lot of time in the office, and that was during the pandemic. That was a shortened year because of COVID, but I still managed to visit 209 schools. I visited 49 schools after COVID eased a little bit. I traveled across the length and the breadth of Jamaica to get to those schools. I would not have traveled so much to get to every district, every community in Eastern Portland, so it is a lot easier to get to the communities. I am a brave customer, so I will be in all communities to meet all the people, talk to the people, and they would just have to bear with me a little, be a little patient, and I will get to all of them in time, the Titchfield High Michael Teachers College and the University of Western Carolina graduate said. And what does Speed, a former senior cup cricketer for Portland, who has coached the game at the high school level, think about his chances of becoming education minister one day? I don't know what I may become at the national level, he responded. I am first focused on winning that seat. Coming from the time when I was in high school in Port Antonio, I admired Keith Rudd, who was a gentleman, and then his son came after him as another gentleman. I took a lot from what went through that campaign from 1972 to 1976. Keith Rudd was a household name, and I wanted from that time to be like Keith Rudd in terms of how popular he was there and how people respected him. I am really focused right now on taking back that seat and putting it in the PNP column. I also hope that my presence in the parish will help to pull Portland Western with Portland Eastern and cause both seats to go into the PNP's column, Speed said. Man held after victim is shot, chased all the way to police station. 33-year-old Romero James, otherwise called Desi, of Belvedere Road in Red Hills, St. Andrew, was charged for breaches of the Firearms Act following an incident on Lineral Street, Kingston 2. Reports from the Elletson Road Police are that at about 9:20 p.m., James and an accomplice, allegedly armed with guns, opened fire hitting another man. The man ran and was chased. He collapsed in the vicinity of a police station. He was taken to the hospital where he was admitted and treated. Police said the incident took place on Friday, April 7. James was later arrested and pointed out during an identification parade on Tuesday, July 25. He was subsequently charged with wounding with intent, unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Arrangements are being made for him to appear in court. Woman's yawning disturbs the court. A parish judge scolded a woman who yawned so loudly that she disrupted proceedings in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday. Margaret McLean appeared in court to answer to a charge of exposing goods for sale, an offense which carries a fine of $400 under the Town and the Communities Act. As McLean sat in the court gallows, waiting for her name to be called by the prosecutor, she yawned loudly and disturbed the court proceedings. Parish Judge Leighton Morris, who was addressing another matter, immediately stopped and queried the police about what happened. "Who made that sound?" the concerned judge quizzed. "Your Honor, this lady did, and when I talked to her, she said, 'I yawn, me did I yawn,'" the police reported. Morris then asked McLean to step into the prisoner's dock and began scolding her for her behavior. "You won't think that something is wrong with your behavior because it is something you do all the time, and no one has addressed it. You are not in your living room," the judge stressed. McLean was arrested on June 12 after she was seen selling tamarinds and tinking toe along Upper Waterloo Road. "Tinking toe?" Morris asked in confusion. "I would normally give people a warning for this offense, but your behavior today is telling me otherwise. What do you have to say for yourself?" he asked further. "I am so sorry," McLean told the court. "Pull it together, learn where to ply your wear, and if you should find yourself back here again, don't come and catch off in the courtroom like you're at your house. This is a court," Morris warned. McLean was admonished and discharged. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.